Hello, hello. Happy Friday. It is Friday and it is Easter weekend. And it's a gloomy day in Scotland. So I thought, what better little Pokemon to add to the Pebble Dex than a little Gloom? Which is fitting because the last one we done was the Oddish. So let's get cracking with this little guy. I know normally I'm like, oh, we'll do like different colours, but I kind of felt like something was calling me to add Gloom today. Something was indeed calling the Gloom. This will be a fun one. This will be a fun one. I like this little guy. How is everyone doing? Anyone got any Easter plans? I really forget it's like Easter weekend. Maybe I was wondering, I was like, oh, maybe we could have done like a little Easter theme, but feel like Gloom. Feel like Gloom. So I think this is gonna be a fun kind of wraparound type with all its little like leafy hair bits. And this little like nicest like wee flower. You guys know how much I love all the flowers and I love all the bugs. There is, however, actually a lot of detail. More detail than I originally thought. Sometimes the Pokemon look so simple until you start drawing them and I'm like, oh, this ain't simple at all. Also, normally it's anything with circles, anything with round things normally are my challenge. Could have probably, I think maybe I've done it a little smaller than I actually intended to, but we will go with it. Lost Hero, hello, welcome, happy Friday. How was your week? How are you? How was your week? I'm thinking I could have actually probably done it a bit bigger, but we will go with this. So like I was very unsure of what size to make it. I'm doing good, thank you. It's been one of those weeks that I've been really tired this week. Like just constantly just wanting to sleep. even like I'm not a big nap person, but even this week sometimes I've found myself like I need to go take a little lie down. And then I get so disorientated. I'm like, oh no. And then it like it's the opposite effect. I'm like, I feel a bit better during the day, but then at night I'm like, oh no, I'm staying up a bit later because I've had a nap, but I needed the nap. It's a vicious cycle. It is a vicious cycle. But that's apart from that. Do you have any Easter plans? It is Easter weekend. No, I keep actually forgetting that. I feel like this year, like the first like January, February seem to like drag in, and then it gets to like all of a sudden it's Easter and it's like, whoa, how did that happen? Mr. Dude, hello, welcome. I'm doing good. I was just sitting there. I've been really, really tired this week of like falling into the vicious cycle of you go for a wee nap and then you end up staying up a bit later and then you're a bit more tired in the morning. Like, oh, this is... I don't know if it's because the weather's changed. Does anyone else feel like that? Like it was really nice for like a few weeks and then it's back to like winter again. Like it's actually back to being freezing. So I'm like, maybe, I don't know if that's helped. Not helped. Yeah, you understand. You've been trying to fix your sleeping pattern as well. Yeah, it's really hard to do when you're always tired. Like that is, even that was something I asked like the doctor. I was like, look, I struggle with fatigue, so like he gave me new tablets, and the side effect to those are tiredness. And I'm like, so I don't know, like I don't know if this is helping or not helping. So we I'm like, right, can take it can take like 6 to 8 weeks to get used to it. So I'm like, right, we'll give it some time. But that's really funny. It's like the side effect to what we're trying to fix is what we're trying to fix. We'll give him his little feet. I like this guy. He's like a little nice, fun shape to do. Tapu, hello, welcome. How are you? Happy Friday. How have you been this week? A little oddish. Like his little drooling face. He's like me when I'm like waking up from my nap. Like slivers everywhere. right. Definitely could have made him a bit bigger, but well, it's okay. It's so hard to judge sometimes, like the size, the scale. Scale is not the thing I am good at. I always, even when I'm drawing on paper, I'm like either run out of space. Like I give myself like we're staying in these lines. That doesn't happen. You're doing not bad. Glad it's the weekend. Glad it is the weekend. Oh no, don't worry about it. Everyone's busy. I appreciate you popping in and saying hi anytime you can. But never apologise for missing a stream. I don't know, everyone's got their own stuff. Well, actually, I didn't stream on Tuesday. No, I didn't. Monday was kind of a hard day, and it was a rough day, and I didn't stream this Tuesday. So like, you didn't miss it because I wasn't live. That makes you feel any better. But never apologize. Never ever apologize. I appreciate when anyone can. This little arm looks very funky. Okay, what colors? What colors? I think I want to start with the red. Kind of red, and the little leaves are like almost like a dark orange. Remember guys, we've got 18 colors. I mean, last time with the little oddish I was like starting to get brave, like mixing things. It's like, oh, but this is much lighter than top one. Right. See. You were always a Gloom hater. Victor Bell all the way. I was like, it's a very, very gloomy day in Scotland. Let's do a Gloom. I think because as well I done the oddish last time. I was like, oh. It was either, I was actually thinking, my decision was between either Gloom or Weeping Bill. Which means Weeping Bill will probably be next week. Even though I'm pretty sure I was like, oh, we'll do Poliwag. I change my mind all the time. I do have like a schedule and a list of like, okay, this is my plan, but sometimes I never stick to it. What made you a Gloom hater? What made your... I wonder if we can... Let's try and maybe add a little bit of, make it a wee bit burnt. It's always nice to have a plan. Yeah, I make plans of plans and then change those plans. Like I like to plan. Like I like to like make plans and make schedules and make like meal plans and all that. But see, actually, my hardest bit is sticking to it. That's the bit I struggle with, is actually like following through on those plans. But I love to make a plan. Like I'm like I can kill a good amount of time planning. I plan to attempt something exactly. Did that make it a little bit? It did kind of make it a little bit more. See, we're getting brave. We're getting brave, guys. Like, try to mix some of the colours and give us more colours than the 18 colours that we have. Like I do. I like to make plans. I always say, I've said it before, consistency is my weakness. That is my weakness. You recently, Tappa, you recently noticed that the more plans you make, the less that are being fulfilled, so you stop making plans. It's like, do you feel like it puts pressure on you because you're like, I make all of these plans, but then if I don't stick to them, then I feel like I've disappointed myself or I've let myself down, when really it's just like the fact that you're like, I've over planned myself. I get that. That's kind of what I do. Like, I like make so many plans, don't stick to it, and then get mad at myself because I'm like, why could I not do this? It's like to-do lists. I do that with to-do lists. I'm like, why? The more I put on my to-do list and then I don't do it, I just get mad at myself and I'm like, why didn't I just like keep it simple in the first place? Like, even as I say, like I plan like all of my streams. Like I plan, like we're gonna paint this on, we're gonna do this Pebble Dex, or I'm gonna do, like, see if I'm just on Twitch, like just drawing, I'm gonna either learn this, and then when it actually comes to going live, I'm like, oh man, this is. You wouldn't call it pressure, just trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, I'm with you. Mr. Dude, you feel bad when you make plans with people because you're not dependable, because you don't know how you're going to feel that day, or even by our, yeah, I hate that, because you're like, I don't know how I'm going to feel, and when I make the plans, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel great, and then by that point, I'm like, I'm too tired to do this. A Kanban board, Orion, that's too much, like, work. The only time I've ever used a Kanban board was in work, and I'm like, I don't know if I can. I mean, it probably would be very beneficial, and it would probably keep my life so much more organised. But we were very much big on the Kanban boards and work. Poke Newbie, hello, good morning, happy Friday. Not really the issue. No, the issue is it. I'm just like, you know what? I would put so much effort into it, and I would put everything. I'd have so many things in my to-do, but it's this staying consistent. That's my weakness, is actually just staying consistent. And I guess I kind of understand that's more discipline than anything. Like, where do you get that from? Where do you dig deep to find that? Like, that's what I was saying, like, everything, I plan everything, like all my streams for April, everything was planned. And then it gets to the day and I'm like, I'm gonna change this. And I'm just gonna change this. I guess those kind of things are whatever I'm in the mood for, we should go with. See, that's what happens. I talk myself out of it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We are all fine. Life's fine. I'm like that little meme of the guy, like the little dog surrounded by fire. Like, it's fine. That's my life. It's fine. That's me. I am chaos. If you wanted to have a word to describe me, it would be chaos. Probably. I'm okay, and I know I can admit it. It's fine. What can you be as your... Oh, nice. It is, it's working. I was wondering if you're a little ditto. That's cute. We are painting the Pebble Dex. I think this is... What? Our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this is our 10th entry into the Pebble Dex. And it's growing. We just have 141 still to go. Which by my calculation is like another 280 odd hours. I love it. I love it. 141. And that's then we've completed Gen 1. I'm gonna really try and stick to seeing if we can complete Gen 1. First. The goal is to do all of them, guys. But that's a lot more. Oh wait, not even in camera. We're gonna need some bigger pebbles for some of the evolutions. Like, I've started to slightly panic around some of the big evolutions. But I need bigger rocks. I need some bigger rocks, guys. Does anyone have any Easter plans? Is all just chilling over the weekend? It used to be such a big thing, like, well, it was like back in the day. It used to be like such a big thing, and then now I'm like, oh yeah, I only know it's Easter because when I go to the shops, it's like Easter eggs. You're vegging out. You're just chilling, doing nothing. That's the best. Just kicking back, relaxing. Where's my whimsy? What are you talking about? What, you mean, what, my whimsical, magical Easter bunny brings you all the eggs? Go roll some painted eggs down the hill. Here, do you know what I miss? Being a kid and you would get to like do an Easter egg hunt. Don't get to do that as an adult anymore. I was thinking, and I should have been a lot more organized, but as I say, chaos. of I could have like put my bunny ears on, put a wee. I should have dressed up as the Easter bunny today. So it's next year. Tabu, you're going to your extended families to celebrate Easter. That's nice. That's a nice. That's nice. Go have some family time. That used to be like a big thing, like when I was small, like we would go have like Easter Sunday. We'd go to like my grand's and stuff. Like the whole, like all the family would be there, but not anymore. And now I feel bad that I've not dressed up as the Easter bunny. That would have made this stream. Could give away some chocolate eggs. Post them over. I feel like that you lose a lot of like your whimsy, I feel like, as an adult. I don't know, like, do you guys feel that? Like, you've just gotten old and cynical. Like, I used to love holidays. Now I feel like I'm just old and cynical. I really, also, Easter Bunny, totally real. Just in case there's anyone out there watching, he will bring you Easter eggs on Sunday. Okay. Like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person that ruins Easter. Now I feel bad that I feel like, oh no, I now am. Okay, now I'm down I'm down my own rabbit hole right now. I am down my own rabbit hole of inner dilemma. Like, why? Sometimes, why do I some? Oh God. This is why sometimes I'm like this. I should just not talk to myself. Because the things that come out my mouth are ridiculous. I say it all the time, guys. I know, I'm weird. It's fine. I 100% understand it. I try to be less weird doing the Pebble Dex than my other streams. I try to keep this a little bit less weird. Little Gloom. could have done like a little Togepi's. Togepi 151. Well, it's a bit late now. Alright, yes, this is the normal stream. If you join in to the Twitch ones for just the drawing on a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's when you start to be like, I just want to be the witch in the woods, and I'm obsessed with everything fantasy, and I start talking about ghosts and asking people about reincarnation, and I try to keep this one normal. Kinda normal. It's normal. Shh. Oh. It's got a little orangey bit in the middle. What orange was it? Not that orange. I can't believe we've done this. Will be like our 10th. That's kind of wild. I never thought we would even get this far. Also, as I say always, guys, like, I appreciate you so much for coming and hanging out and chatting and chilling. I always appreciate it so very much. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. So from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate everyone stopping by, supporting. I love yous all. That sounded really like a pirate there. Got these little like white spots on this as well. Nice. I like it. Has anyone been playing some TCG Pocket or Pokemon Go recently? I really need to get back into them. I always say this, I feel like I went so hard, too hard, and then scunnered myself. Tabby, you've not played Pokemon Go in months. No, me, like, really, the last weekend I played was the Innova tour. And even, like, and I was gonna do like a video about it. Like, I felt like that event was really good, and then afterwards I don't know, I just kind of was like, I just fell away from a lot of things. It's just not the same as it used to be. I know. I feel like I will get back into it. I need that little, I need something. I need like something that'll pull me back into it. Orion, you would play Pocket, but the mandatory animations for everything drive you insane. You just want to be like, skip, skip. I don't need this time. Yeah, there was a lot. Like, yeah, it was all like, it was very hyped, very, very hyped in the beginning. And then, I don't know if just me or if other people, I don't know if it like got too, it was like too hyped. Like, there's such a mad rush in the beginning, it's like, yeah, we're all playing this. And then, like, I enjoyed streaming it, but I struggled with streaming it because for me, I felt like doing it on stream, there's so much concentration of like, and I was just constantly doing maths and constantly doing maths out loud, and you guys must be like, this chick, we know she's insane, but that she's even more insane on this. I done a nice mix of the two blues for the Oddish, but my Oddish is not here, my Oddish is elsewhere. That I'm like, maybe I can try and do that again. I think I'm gonna do what I did with the Oddish and just completely go over the face. And then we'll try and work out the face again. Okay. And we go. There's really no games at the minute. I don't know if it's just I'm in this very relaxed mode at the minute that I'm like, I'm enjoying drawing, I'm enjoying my painting, I'm enjoying the chatting, I'm enjoying it's a lot more relaxed, but I'm like really enjoying it. Like, I don't know, hopefully you guys see that as well. Like I love just coming on stream, painting, drawing, and having a chat. And I'm like, I love it. I love it. I love hanging out with everyone. And not like the intensity of even if I ever played a main series Pokemon game, like my interest, well, back in the day, I'm so old, I acknowledge that. I used to play like Game Boy. That was my introduction into Pokemon, but I actually really wanted a Switch to play. And I was like thinking that would be like a good thing to do on stream. But as I say, I'm like very much into my whole chilled vibes at the minute. And I think even because I used to do like game streaming, but okay, it was like more zombie apocalypse survival. And I feel like it was never as relaxed as what I'm having at the minute. Like I would more want to like come on and just chat with everyone and get in like a cheat, like do like the Pebble Dex, and then at the end of the few hours I'm like, oh look, I have my Gloom, and we've sat and we've had some chats and stuff. Whereas I'm like, oh, that could like I had an idea like that if I wanted like trying to work up to get a Switch to like stream that. But no, so like I've not played any of the new ones, like only very old and very long time ago on the good old Game Boy. Are you like a main series player? I loved playing on the Game Boy. As I say, that was like my introduction into Pokemon. Like I loved those games. Yeah, what ones do you play? What's your favorite one? I was really looking into like the Sword and Shield series ones, because I got really obsessed with the fact that Galar's based on the UK. Like really obsessed with that, to point that when I was doing a lot of like the Pokemon Go and like trying to work out places to go, I was like wanting to go, because a lot of places are based on real places, and I wanted to kind of do a series around that, but that's kind of parked at the minute. Yeah, you played most of them, only missed Gen 6. Your favourite one is Emerald. What makes that your favourite one? You're a Gen 3 enjoyer. I like Gen 3 as well. Wait, I'm trying to think. I think so. Oh no, I think I drew his hand a bit too high up. So do you think they're definitely worth checking out? Like, are they good games? it was the first one you ever played. The mods are amazing, the music is memorable, and this nostalgia hits hard every time you revisit. Oh, and that's cool. I like that. I like that. I like when you get that from like a game. I drew this guy's hand very, very much higher up on this side. Oh. I have actually read that like in some of the games the music is very, very good. And they used to release or have a music library for creators. I think that it was like music from the games. But they got rid of that for some reason. You're trying to convince them to play Pokemon Showdown. What is that? I've never heard Pokemon Showdown. Tell me about that. Is that like a battle type? It sounds like a battle. Charizard, welcome. Welcome. It is indeed Pokemon Day. Tuesdays and Fridays are Pebble Dex. It's a web browser based emulator. Interesting. Like, how do you obtain the Pokemon? Or is it like cards? Is it like little avatar types? This sounds interesting. Ooh. Hi. I thought I was like, oh, I'll be smart and I'll like press in my pen to get more paint. Pressed it in too much. Pressed it in far too much, and now there is a lot of paint on top here. That was a mistake. That was a very big mistake. I cannot move my rock in any way because there is a lot of paint. You think it was originally made as a way for super competitive players to test teams, so you just make them however you want them? Oh, damn, okay. I see what you're saying. Interesting. You could have, I'm guessing you can have some like crazy battles on that. I made a very big mistake doing this because there's now a lot of paint. A lot of paint on the Gloom. Did I think that was going to be a good idea? I think that was going to be a good idea. This is where even Run's hairdryer idea would probably just push the paint all over the rock. It looks very like shiny. I'm not gonna lie, it's got a very cool shiny sheen effect going on. Sometimes we make happy little accidents. I'm trying to like yeah, it's looking cool because it is like it's picking up like this shine. I'm kind of thinking it's all just gonna like absorb into the rock. The rock's very porous, like, but maybe we keep it and maybe we've learned how we make some shiny colours that aren't just the gold and silver that I have to give the random feet. This guy has big feet. Oh. They've got tons of different meta games. You can play any gen, you can RP a gym leader and play monotype or even wacky games where you have hacked Pokemon with normally legal. Okay, I am definitely checking this out. I am. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Something funky is happening with this leg. Okay, his feet are a lot bigger than I initially intended. Okay, I have to let this dry for like a minute. And not my normal minute of I'm just gonna pick up and immediately start trying to do something because it is wet. Very wet. Deadpool, hello, welcome. Happy Friday. I'm not even attempting that voice. If you want to just try it, play random battles, literally 0 time investment, and you can kind of just get a feel. Ryan, I am definitely checking that out. I know what I will be doing after stream. I have to dip it. I have to let it dry for like a minute. In like an actual minute and not just a minute in my impatient. Maybe if I blow on it, it'll dry quicker. I thought it would be a good idea to like press my pen in. And like when you do that, like the paint comes down. And we put a lot of paint on it. Dumikin, hello, welcome, happy Friday. Look at that cool looking rock from China. All the way from China. All the way. Shipped across the ocean. Howdy, howdy, howdy. How are you? You glad it's the weekend? I love a howdy. A very underused term here. Oh, I have cramp in my toe. Yeah, it's the long weekend. Easter weekend. Easter bunny coming to visit. You need it after the week. Definitely. You've been long days. It's like my two little toes have just went into a cramp. It's very painful. Oh, why did that happen? Long and stressful days. Were you on any more phone bids? Don't mind me, guys, I'm just massaging my toes. This is where things get a bit terrifying because I'm like, how do I do his face? No, but you had to look for an item that was lost, only to find it after the guy who came to collect it went away. That's annoying. That's very annoying. Was it just like misplaced? Or did it? I know, because the guy who put it there didn't tell you where it was. Like, so like he knew exactly where it was, but he just didn't tell you, and you were like running about trying to find it. He's facing the other way. Here, so this is what happened with the Oddish last time, and then it made me think of an experiment of, I wonder if we could do back and front ones. Like, I wonder if we could actually do some pebbles that we have the back and we have the front, but I feel like that would probably stress me out a lot more. Like, how I think getting them even would be the hardest part, but I think that would be very cool. I do think that would be very cool. He just forgot. He's like, I've not touched that. Oh wait, yes, that was me. That was me. Yeah, I can imagine that's stressful. I can imagine that's stressful. Especially if you've got like a customer there being like, where's my item? I paid for this, and you guys lost it. Did we touch it? Okay, we give it another little minute or two. Hello. When you do things and move things, you tell everyone. Most think it's annoying that you're telling everyone everything. Hi. Hi. But yeah, it's like so things don't, it's like so everyone is in. Like that's good communication. Like that is, I mean, so situations like this don't happen. Just being attacked. I'm being attacked by my Pokemon. This is when the skill of scratching with one hand and painting with the other tries to come out. It's over now, time to relax and enjoy the weekend. That's exactly. Just forget all about work. I wonder what it's kind of like, it's almost like a purpley colour. I do have a purple. Tomorrow you're going into the city to get your car cleaned and hoping to walk to the bookshop and find yourself a nice graphic novel. I'm excited to hear what you get, what you decide on. So I can imagine your wish list is long, very, very long. Want to add these little like white dots. I'm thinking I was very tired. I've been very tired this week. I might. Oh, my Pokemon ran away. I might stream a bit tomorrow. And do some of my colour on my little mammoth. The Waterstones has a cafe in it. You might finally be brave and see if they do hot chocolate. Ooh. That's a very like good idea. Like to have a cafe like in your bookshop. Like that just sounds like heaven. Like you just go buy a book, go buy a coffee and just sit and read. There should be more places like that. The Waterstones, the closest one to mine, we don't have that. Last time I went in and I bought some books. I think it was funny because then I went like immediately to Starbucks. Was like, matcha time. That's my honey drink. Not. I can drink decaf coffee, but I can't actually have. If I have caffeine, I'm like, or like coffee, I'm awake for like 3 days. It's bizarre. Very, very bizarre. If you ever went on a date, a cafe and a bookshop would be like your number one on your list of places to go. That would be a good date. I would see that would be more up my cup of tea than like a bar. I don't drink. But then I'd be like, okay, you read your book, I read my book, and we don't talk to each other. Bars make you nervous. You also don't drink. I had a mouthful of whiskey like 2 months ago, and it was probably the first drink I had had in maybe like over a year. I'm just like, you think the last time you drank like real booze was in 2009? It's a long time. It's a very long time. I felt like, I don't know, like, one, it makes my legs feel so much, like I have really bad tingling in my legs, like, and then if I didn't realize how much worse alcohol made it, to the point that I'm like, it's not worth it. It ain't worth feeling like that. Don't get me wrong, I actually, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of enjoy. I never really liked whiskey, and I always thought it was kind of, I don't know, I just didn't think it was good until that one that I tried. I was like, oh, this is dangerous. We're not doing this. Because I will probably enjoy it a bit too much. So we just like, oh, okay, done. You're such a lightweight. Even the smell, you're like, I get drunk off of the smell. And booze makes you very sleepy, even just a little bit. Yeah. There's like back in the day, like, it is really funny how like times have changed, because normally this weekend, like Good Friday, Easter Saturday, Easter Sunday, would have been big drinking, big club nights, big now, and I'm like, that just feels like, it feels like another lifetime ago. Feels like that was a different person. And it was even like the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was big. How I have changed. And I actually prefer my life way more now. Way more now. I do not miss hangovers at all. never had a hangover, that's an achievement. That's an achievement. Like, ever. Never. Man, you're not missing out. You're not missing out. Sunday used to be, like, when I was in uni and stuff, even though, like, I worked in a shop, like, Saturday, Sunday would just be the hangover day, and you would just, like, team up with everyone, and we'd all be hungover, and it'd be like a tag team of, like, okay, I have to go hide in the back for like 10 minutes. Can you cover me? And then you just, like, we'd all be just dead. You only got drunk once, and it's because someone was mixing your drinks and gave you a lot of dizzy water. That's... You know what? Like, I wish I had that self-control. There were many years that I, not proudly, like, I'm not proud of this, but it is, I realise now that what it was. I was very much the person that was like, I will drink for everyone. Like, if I think no one's having fun, I'm gonna drink for everything and I'm gonna have fun. I'm not proud of it. Like, now looking back now, I'm like, I wish I just had a bit more self-control. And there are a lot of times, like, I have a reputation among some of my friends about times that I would have been very, very drunk. And been looking back on that now, I'm like, oh, that was rough. And then life has a way of changing. You don't understand how people can enjoy going out and getting so drunk that they're sick or don't remember. Yeah, I was that. For a long time, I was that person. Like, I have a few instances of, like, being woken up in a club being like, it's get her home. Like, was it enjoyable? It probably was at the time. Like, it was probably like, but afterwards, not so much. Like, now I have no desire to do that, and no desire to, like, be that incapacitated. To the point that I'm like, I'm glad I had a good group of friends, and I'm glad, because see, if I didn't, I probably would have been in some very bad situations. But at the time, I just was like, we keep going, and we keep... And I wasn't a big... my downfall was shots. Like, I would just go to the bar and be like, give me a shot of anything. Anything. Surprise me. Because I didn't like having a lot of liquid. So then that was my downfall. Lisbon, hello. People always look like they're in pain when they take shots. Yeah, like they're not like a it's not like a, oh, this is very enjoyable. However, some ones are, but they're it's like just alcohol. Fala, hello, welcome. I'm very scared to do the mouth. I'm very scared to do the mouth. I'm procrastinating. Telling people of my shady drunken past. You haven't had shots since you were a teenager. Yeah, that used to be my downfall. You used to have pints every now and then up until recently. I was never a big beer drinker. However, the one time that I did drink beer is also a time that just we're not going there. I am you hear pubs are having a new way of enticing people to them as more and more younger people don't drink. I know, it's like, one, is too expensive. Like, it is very expensive. You drank it whenever you went just to talk to people. 2 pints is the threshold for you to be an extrovert. Otherwise, you just don't talk a lot. I always say this, that I'm like, on stream, I talk a lot, but if you actually met me outside, I'm just like, awkward. Hi. Really, it's because on stream, I'm just saying whatever comes to my head. I can kind of relate. Glad I'm not the only one. You're very quiet in person. When you have booze, you become even more quiet. I'm very sleepy. You're like, just get me to my bed. Right, we're going to attempt his mouth. I also have to work on adding those little sheeny bits to his hair. You lose the ability to try and engage with people when you have the devil's liquid. Here, that is me, right? I always say the most. It's like I try to be funny, but then no one gets the funny, and then it's just like really, really awkward. And I'm like, but then I'll go home and I'm like, this is haunting me for the rest of my life. I am out there. I am with you 100%. It's like you just try, you try, but not everyone gets it. Like no one gets it, and you're like, oh man, this sounded a lot better in my head. Like you're like, I thought this was gonna work. I get you. I really, really get you. That's fine. Yeah, you're just like, I'm just gonna keep drinking just to like get over the embarrassment of that situation right there. Right, I'm gonna try and mix a little bit of the purple here with a bit of white to see if we can, yeah, this is, see if we can get this mouth colour. Like I don't even need alcohol to say like ridiculous things. Like sometimes like I do it on stream as well. Like I'll say something and then be like, that was a bit weird. Right, Gloom, we're gonna attempt your mouth. We're gonna attempt your mouth. Where is your mouth going? Where is your mouth going? It's kind of... Guys, we're mixing our own colours. We are stepping up even more today. How big's his mouth? His mouth's quite big. A quick example. You were at dinner with your family, with like judges, college professors. We're having See, I never thought that was that bad. But I can see how that turned out. I can see how that turned out a little bit awkward. You're like, that's fine with me. That's funny. That's funny. Jan's like, oh man, why did we invite him? He's never come to dinner again. could have been a little bit darker. Yeah, you're never getting invited to dinner again. Your aunt's like, oh man, can I have the comedian here? No one gets him. Okay, I'm actually, I think we can maybe darken the mouth down with a little bit of pencil, but we'll fill the little inside bit with the white drill. I don't want to keep adding paint because I feel like if we keep adding paint, it gets a little bit thicker and thicker every time we do it. However, maybe you've only been invited. What are your party tricks? I think I done his mouth a bit too low down. I think you done his mouth a bit too low down. Oh well. Oh well. It's okay. I think I just made him a little bit of a weird shape. I think if I you like the people but the food scared you for a bit. You're only funny when you don't try to be. Is yeah, I think it's just because my Gloom's a little bit of a weird shape. Do I try the mouth again? This is what happened last time. Where's my black pencil? Okay, maybe if I try add these eyes, maybe I can work out where his mouth's going. Like his eyes go here. One eye is here. Yeah, I think I want to try and move his mouth up. Yep, it's happening, guys. It is. We're at the point that I'm like, we're colouring things back, we're moving things. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I used the wrong colour. Did I use the wrong colour? I don't know. You guys. That's funny. Yeah, it's like you don't, like, you just say things in like the heat of the moment and you're like, actually I probably came across very rude there. I can't remember what colour, what blue I used for Gloom. If it was the dark or if it was the light. I can't even remember. I can't remember, guys. And now I'm trying to recolor him. But I don't want to go over his eyes because I feel like his eyes are now in a good position. This happens every time, and then I'm like, probably I shouldn't have. I should have just left his mouth. I'm very much my problem is like if I'm out in the park or like if I'm in the bus, like the bus stop, or like just walking down the street, I will see, I don't mind standing and chatting. Like, see, like one-on-one, I'm very good at chatting to people, chatting to like random people. But like, see if you make me go to like a networking event, stuff like that, I'm like very awkward. But like, I don't mind chatting to the random people outside. Like, I actually quite enjoy that. Normally, like, I really enjoy, I've said this before, like, I really enjoy giving random people compliments. Just to be like, I hope they have a nice day. Like if someone's walking past me and I'm like, you look great, or like I really like your jacket. Like I love doing that. Like I've like creepily done that to like a lady recently of like I really liked their jacket, but she was like a cash machine, so like I just like hovered at the shop, the door entrance, like hoping she was gonna go into the shop. She did, and then I like spoke to her, but it was like felt really creepy. But I wanted to know where she got it from. Oh no, I feel like we're gonna have to go over his eyes, and I don't want to go over his eyes because I like his position of his eyes. Guys, why did I do this? Why did I decide? I should have just left the mouth. I should have just left the mouth. The mouth was fine. In the grand scheme of things, the mouth was fine. Like I love walking down the street or being in the shops and smiling at people. Like I'm very much one of those people that I'm like, I will make direct eye contact with you and smile. But then I get really mad. See if they just like put their head down and keep walking. Like, just smile back. Just smiling at you. Okay, I'm giving the mouth one more attempt. I feel like my colours have dried in a bit. One more, I need to let this dry in. One more attempt and then... Yeah, like I'll say good morning to everyone that I pass. Even sometimes it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still like, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I don't understand when... Like some people look at you as if you're insane. It's like, why are you talking to me? I'm like, I'm just being nice. Well, that's... I'm sorry if you had to experience that. That is really crappy, Duncan. That couldn't have been easy. I'm sorry to hear that. I just like I like to acknowledge people, and I like to make people feel acknowledged and make people feel like you exist. Because I'm like, you never know what is going on in people's lives. So you're like, all it takes is to say hi, someone saying hi, someone being nice. Yeah, people don't like what they don't know. And I think that's a tough thing sometimes. understood. Seriously. That's awful. I'm so, like, I am so sorry you have to experience that. Okay, mouth. I don't, like, these are when I'm like, I don't understand people. Do not understand human beings. The neighbours, yeah, sometimes it just takes a few poison apples to poison the tree. Don't even think that's makes any sense. Okay, his mouth is very, very big. Very big. Is that too big? Okay, I kind of prefer this. I think we'll probably just fill it all in the purple and then do a line of the white. Kind of more frowned. It's kind of more frowny. Like, it's like gloomy, sad. Just have to like turn down the sides. Just try and turn down these little side bits. It was like very territorial. And those people had like a big influence. Okay, we will let that dry and then we'll add in the little slivery bits. We'll probably start doing the shadows and stuff on Okay, that's very freaky. That's very... Yeah, like you're just a kid and you're like brought into this drama. That's... Like you're like you have no like that I'm so sorry you had to experience that. Places are weird, people are weird. And sometimes not always in, yeah. Is that... At the time it was all very bad, but now you look at your past fondly. It didn't break you, it just probably made you a better person. Like, it made you turn into the type of person that you want to be from experiencing that. That's what doesn't break you makes you stronger. Even if it does break you, all experiences just make you you. And like, think of like all the things like you went on to achieve. Like, you have a crazy story. Like, everything that you've spoken about that you have achieved is wild. And it's not as dark as I'd hoped it would be. Yeah. I mean, it's very easy to forget those things. Like, I always forget that sometimes it's like the hardest moments and the darkest times that bring the light, make you you. Hola, good evening, happy Friday. Welcome. How have you been? How are things? Happy Friday and Easter. You got any Easter plans? When you have a really bad moment and come out the other side and see that you haven't changed, that sucks double. But then you can kind of look on it of like, you've had that experience. That experience didn't break you. It didn't change you. It's like you can turn that into a positive as well. Dara's going well. We've got our little Gloom is getting there. Coming along. You're going to a game convention tomorrow. Oh, very nice. You want, Duncan, you want mini eggs? You're like, all this talk of Easter, I want some mini eggs. Any specific, are you going for, is it like, what kind of game convention? You can buy some mini eggs for your hot, but then that's like double chocolate. Like I was gonna say, you can buy them to have with your hot chocolate, but then that's a bit too much chocolate on chocolate. What do Scottish people do for Easter? Is it just eggs, or do you go to church? Depends on your religion. Depends on your religion, really. Like today would be, so like this sounds really, I grew up Catholic. Today was a fun church day because today is Good Friday and you would go and it would be Stations of the Cross. But it got you out of school for like so long. And today always had like the best hymn ever. Like the one that's, for some reason, like my primary school was obsessed with this one particular hymn, and then they removed it from the hymn book. But all depends. A lot of people just do like probably like Sunday dinner out. We would on Easter Sunday go to like my grand's house and do like a wee Easter egg hunt. So kind of games more focused on tabletop, card games, board games, roleplay, and much more once a year event. That sounds cool. I cannot, please let us know how that goes. That sounds very fun. Dimmikin's like, I'm hopping on a plane right now. We used to do it as a kid, like as kids, that there would be like Easter eggs hidden like all over the house and the garden. But then it was always, it was never fair. Like, well, it was fair, because even it would be like me and my cousins and stuff. And even like say you won, you like if you found the most, we still always have to like split them evenly. In Portugal, go to church. People are predominantly Catholic. Have lamb for lunch and eat lots of sweets. Yeah, that's... We were never... we always went to church on a Saturday night. And that was... there was always like Saturday night vigil, or like your Sunday morning ones, and everyone, my mum and dad are like, we go on a Saturday night so that we don't have to get up early and go on a Sunday. You never cared for Easter, though. You used to care for Christmas, and that was it. Nowadays, even Christmas has lost a bit of charm. I feel like that's... like I feel that way with like all of it, like everything that was very like lost its. Ryan earlier was asking where's my whimsy, because I was very just not excited about Easter, and I was like, I should have dressed up as the Easter bunny. You like churches but never liked going to church with school. Churches are a very interesting thing. Very interesting thing. Like I'm like the way I grew up now is like the way I grew up. I'm like none of this is how I live now. Modeling a church is one of your dream projects, but it's so daunting. Oh, would you go like that's an interesting, that would be very, very interesting. We had like in my town there was like there was lots of like churches, but like the church that like we went to, it wasn't like it was more like it was like a newer build one. And then even when I was younger, the priest painted the inside and the outside of it green because he was a very big football fan. So he painted the inside and the outside of it green. But like there's a church you sometimes drive past on your way to work in the morning, and one morning as the sun was just rising, it caught the church in such a way you had to stop and take a photo. It was like just like beautiful. I love like if I'm in like other countries and stuff, like I'll always go in and like view. I love like stained glass and like all the artwork. I think you get incredible artwork in churches, but it's not my belief anymore. Me, I've been to Portugal. I've done a lot of like, you know, like holiday destinations, but like Spain, Portugal. I've done a fair bit of my party holidays. Done some cruise. I like a cruise. I like that because we get to like see so many different places. Like it's just stops in Greece and Italy and Turkey and all sorts. When you walk around the countryside towns delivering leaflets for the bar, and you always like to stop and look at the churches, you sometimes sit on a bench and have your sandwiches. Yeah, why? That's a very peaceful setting. Just stop and think of the history, and like churches, like half of these have been around for such a long time. You've never been on holidays, don't really know what it's like. Your impression that when on holiday you typically stay most of the time in and around some hotel or resort. It depends. So it depends what kind of person you are. You can like I quite like lie by the pool, sunbathe for 2 weeks, give me a book, give me sunshine. But then you can, if you are not that type of person, you can be like, okay, yeah, I'm going on day trips to see different things. That's what like I really like about a cruise, is because you get like, you'll stop in loads of different stops and you can go off, and you can either like book a day trip and there'll be like an organized place. So like, say like one of the stops in like Italy, what is it, Civitavecchia, is like, that's like the port, but like they'll look organized and you can go to like the Vatican and see things like that. The last holiday I went on, it was funny, I was there surprising my parents, but my neighbours were also there, and it was the most, she wanted to go to this rescue, like this dog rescue up the mountain to walk rescue dogs. So like we got a taxi from like the hotel area, and the taxi driver had no idea. So we were in Tenerife, and the taxi driver had no idea really where he was going, and just dropped us off in the middle of this town, just this town in Tenerife. And we're like, right, do you hear dogs? And we're like, kind of hear dogs, let's like follow the bark. And we're like, we're not where we're supposed to be. So then we had to like we found this little like supermarket, and thank goodness for like Google Translate, because my Spanish is limited. They were able to like phone us another taxi to then take us to the dog rescue that was like in the middle of nowhere up a mountain. But like the taxi driver was just like driving, and me and my friend were like looking at each other like, are we safe right now? Because we are just driving up the mountain. There's no cars, there's no buildings, there's nothing. But we got there, there was a dog rescue up the mountain. So then we went and we walked some rescue dogs. So like you can make a holiday whatever you want it to be. Or you can go, like when I was younger, I done like Ibiza, Magaluf, Cavot, Sayonapa, like, and that was just booze-filled party. I probably wouldn't do that anymore. But you can literally make a holiday whatever you want. Or like America, I went to Vegas, done lots of like shows. LA, done like went to a Dodgers game. Yeah, like if you were to go on holiday, historic sites, museums, art galleries, like you make a holiday whatever. It's your time. It's your time to like enjoy what you enjoy doing, but just somewhere different. Like there's so many But you get people, so like I would say there's like a difference between like going on holiday and then like traveling. Like if you go traveling, I think you're very much like, I am doing things and I am traveling to see lots of places and stuff, whereas like I would say like a holiday is quite, I'm going to do things I enjoy but also predominantly relax. And also eat good food. That's something I love about going abroad, is just the food. That's why I really want to go to Japan. I really, really want to go to Japan. You too, Cola. Yeah, Japan is on my... I have places in America that are on my bucket list, and Japan is... Scotland and Japan. Someone from your work goes to Japan next month, you're just a little jealous. I'd be a lot jealous. Like... Yeah, I'd love... That is... definitely on my bucket list. And then I've got a few American places, like New Orleans and Salem are on my bucket list. But to get from Glasgow to New Orleans is a very long journey. Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. Hello LB, how's it going? Happy Friday, happy Easter. America has never appealed to you for traveling. I'm not a big, like, cities don't appeal to me. So like, I don't want to, like, New York, that kind of thing, but I loved Vegas. I would go back to Vegas anytime. Absolutely loved Vegas. Loved LA. Done San Diego and San Francisco. Orlando when I was a kid, but it's just Florida. But I want to, New Orleans is, I wanna go there. You think you're just oversaturated by American media that you just feel like you know all? Yeah. Any blues? Any blues? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Albie, did you get married to a stripper and can you remember? Should take you for all your money. Where's my Pokemon? He was up here attacking me earlier, but I think he ran away. I know what happens in Vegas. I really love Vegas. I'd happily go back there. I love there was so many shows. Like I love like there was so many like cabaret, burlesque, like variety shows. Your dream destination is to go somewhere super dark so you can see the Milky Way. Is that would be cool. Like, can you see the Milky Way from like Iceland? I know you get like crazy northern lights views there. Maybe more right than wrong though. I'm sorry, it's my psychic powers. Just talking from experience. Those beautiful women took all my money. Winter time in Sweden. Cool, like you're convincing him. You are convincing him a little holiday in Sweden. You can see the aurora as well. You can see the Milky Way all over the globe. Do you just need a super dark? That's something I was recently trying to learn about, was like like trying to be able to like point out constellations just like with my bare eye. And I was like, I felt like I was like learning, like I was reading, and I was like, okay, from the moon, and then there was this star, and then there was this, and then there's it, and then I went outside, and I'm like, I don't see it. Like there's the moon, there's a bright star. Yeah, I'd like to see the northern lights as well. Sometimes you get like on the odd occasion you get really cool views like in Scotland. But I've never been. It's always like I read the article like, oh, you'll be able to see them like the day after. See people's pictures. One, I'm always probably in my bed. I am very much a Okay, Cola's giving guided tours and throwing in some Viking culture here. I'm down for that. I like some Vikings. I'm gonna murder it, but there was a very and someone can go find it because I'm not going to be able to tell a joke, but there's a very funny joke of like a Scottish comedian talking about how glad the Vikings he was in, I feel like he was in Norway, and he was just talking about how beautiful everyone is, and then they were like, I'm very glad the Vikings came and invaded Scotland, because could you imagine what we'd look like if they didn't? And I thought that was very funny. The solar eclipse was dope. I miss all these things. Like, did you see it? A couple of buddies and you took AVTs to the top of a big mountain hill and we had a great view. Okay, I'm very jealous of that. That sounds like that sounds very cool. Cause like, yeah, we would have all looked like Shrek if the Vikings hadn't invaded us. And even then, we still kind of look like Shrek. Shrek is my spirit animal. Never mind Snorlax, more Shrek. Never mind the witch in the woods, I'm just gonna be the ogre. I'm just gonna embrace the ogre life. Talking about that, I need to add the slivers. I need to add embrace the ogre life. Here, I would probably be so happy embracing my Shrek life. I'm not even a Fiona, I am a Shrek. That's black. Dude, you're not a fan of Shrek? I love Shrek. I love Donkey. I love Donkey and Dragon. Donkey and Dragon are like my favourite couple. However, I recently read an interesting fact about the beginning of Shrek. You know when it shows you the storybook of like the princess that's actually talking about, I think, is Dragon. Not Fiona. I don't know how true this is, because I read things and then I instantly forget. You heard that too? Yeah. Okay, I'm not crazy. I like Dragon. I love. That'll do, Donkey. That'll do. Oh, Donkey. I love Donkey. You were looking for a quote, and here it is. Oh my goodness. Supposedly written back in the Vikings days. Vikings were warned to avoid Scotland. Scotland is full of dangerous natives who speak an incomprehensible language, and the weather is awful. And they didn't listen. That's hilarious. That is actually hilarious. Whoever wrote that, it's probably a told you so. But did you listen? No. And now our bloodline is mixed in with these pits. Speaking of Vikings, aren't there talks about the Shetland Islands joining Norway and leaving Scotland? Are there? They probably... So like the islands used to belong to Norway. Like a long time ago. So they're like, we want to rejoin where we belong. That'd be very cool. Interesting. Like, can they not just adopt all of Scotland? Like, can you not just like adopt all of Scotland, not just islands? I wouldn't mind being run by Norway. Norway and Sweden can claim Scotland. They take the islands, you take the mainland. Yeah, I think that would be so cool. I think that would be very cool. I don't know how to answer that thing, so... I'd rather it be part of Scandinavia than I would be part of Britain in the UK. There was once an idea to build a massive seawall dam between Scotland and Norway. We've got good gaming conventions. I am like the worst Scottish person. Like, I don't do well in the cold. Like, I don't do well in the cold. I'm very much my like, okay, just give me my little sad lamp and leave me alone for all of winter, let me hibernate. Like, see when it's dark, like, see like in winter and it's dark for like 14 hours. Or there's like more than that. Like, you're not really a fan of the cold, but you dislike the heat more. No, I'm a, like, get me the sun, please. Warm weather. Like, that's... I would not have... You like the sun and don't like it when it's dark all the time. Yeah, it's even it's like winter and like you wake up and it's dark and at like 4 p.m. it's dark. It's like just dark all the time. How am I want to try and add like the little highlights on these little hair bits. Maybe I could... What's the light orange? This one. Yeah, like summer is insane. Like summer is... At 11 p.m. it is still daylight and then it rises at like 4 a.m. Like summer there's hardly any darkness, and then winter it is all darkness. It is very, very one extreme or the other. And then the clocks change, and then that just confuses everything. Yeah, I was talking about this recently. Like, the car lights are so much brighter. Like, to the point that you kind of sometimes you think people have like their brights on, but they don't. They just have, it's just their car lights. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I think your weather is. I'd probably imagine you're a lot drier, but I would imagine like your solar weather of days and night lengths are similar. I think the car light issue was on the news a few months ago. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. My car also seems to sit at like an awkward height that it's like you just get blinded. I love driving. Yeah, I drive. I do. I love driving. It tires me out quite a bit, but I do love driving. I can't imagine. I have a Chrysler Ypsilon. My car is like 12 years old. And I just can't, like, I can't bear getting rid of it. It was like the first car like I ever, like I bought, like I saved up and I bought it. And it just, I really probably need a new one. I spend a lot each year on things going wrong, but I just can't. I can't bring myself to, like, I'm so used to it. I'm so used to it. My little bug. That kind of car. You drive a yellow Mini. That is cool. That is very cool. A little yellow Mini. That's awesome. That's fun. What made you get that? You always wanted a Mini. And you're like, I found it. I got it. Nice. That's fun. I like Minis. Bruce, you've had a lot of car issues. Yeah, car issues. That's the worst part about having a car. Are the car issues and the maintenance and the MOTs and all that jazz. And I always find it's like at the most inconvenient times that the car decides that I'm gonna have some issues. still doesn't feel so good when it starts. It's like one of those ones you start it and you just pray, you're like, please turn on. Please just get me from A to B. Be like your Yellow Mini. It does, the Yellow Mini sounds cool. It does sound very cool. I'm not a big car person. Like, as I say, like, I've had my car for 12 years. Like, also, like, I don't really like change. People always want to buy it. That's when you know you've got something good on your hands, when people want to buy it off of you. Is there nothing? Just as long as no one accidentally like puts it up for sale one day. You've got a Mr. Bean situation on your hands. You have considered selling at auction, but you'd need to find another car first, and you just really like that one. First time you've ever been able to remember your number plate as well. Just, I feel like you end up getting sentimental. That's like mine. I'm like, I wouldn't get anything for it. Like, it isn't worth anything except just to me. To move the car before that, I drove like a Y-Reg Micra that was my grand's, and then when she died, I got the car, but the car was like covered in like years worth of glitter from like dancing displays, and it was the funnest little car. Yeah, it was like this little mint green Micra. I loved that car. No, it was funny. I went to uni, and one of my best friends that like I met there, like she had the exact same car, but just in like a different shade of green. Hers was called Bogey, and mine's was called Dino. All cars you've had up to this one have been all white. Ooh. That's a dangerous one, the white. Keep clean. Never clean my car. Have to. Really, really have to. I don't mind colours of cars, but the only one I won't get, and as I've told this before, the psychic when I was like 18 told me not to get a red car, so that means for the rest of my life I will never get a red car. The medium. Okay, I think our little Gloom here is finished. I think so. Another one. Another one for the Pebble Dex. This makes... I think this is number 10. Yes, I think this is number 10. So we just have 141 more pebbles to go. So I will be back on Tuesday with another Pebble Dex entry. If the next one is either going to be a Weeping Bell or a Poliwag. I'm thinking Weeping Bell because I think I want to change up from the blue. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I'm just like, I want to do something that will be just a slightly different colour. But I do think the next one will probably be a Weeping Bell. Also depends on the shape of my pebbles. Because sometimes the shape of the pebbles dictate what Pokemon go on to them. See, I think I put a lot of thought into it. Like I thought this pebble would be quite good for Gloom. Yes, so Tuesday we will be back for another Pebble Dex entry. If you want to catch up just for other arts and chats, you can join me on Twitch at Sophie on Screen. I am live every other day, like every day. We multi-stream here on Tuesdays and Fridays. But yes, other days are just fun, drawing, chatting, and all that jazz. Maybe a surprise stream tomorrow, because I really want to start colouring my moth. We are working on a magical, mystical rainbow death moth, and I really want to start colouring it. Don't know if I can wait until Monday. But again, thank you everyone for joining in, chatting, supporting the stream. I love yous all. Everyone stay shiny, have a good Easter, and are you saying bye? Are you coming? He knows, he can sense it.